To fight Jake Paul in November, had legal issues, hasn't fought since March of last year when he fought against Lamont Roach. I'm told that he's in advanced talks right now to fight a rematch against PITBULL Cruz that would be at 140 rather than 135 like the first fight this summer. I expect it to happen. I think that'll be his coming.
Wow. Will you look at that? Look who's coming around after all this time off, only having fought one time in the last 2 years. You're talking about a guy in Gervonta Tank Davis who recently fought against Lamont Roach Jr. back in March of 2025. Had a draw and arguably would have lost that fight if the ref would have counted when Gervonta Tank Davis touched the canvas with his glove in round 9. If he wanted to counter that as a knockdown, he would have lost that fight. Gervonta Tank Davis coming back to fight who? At 140 pounds? The junior welterweight division? Not Keyshawn Davis. Not Shakur Stevenson. But somebody this guy's already faced. Come on, man. Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Look it. I like Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I think this is a good opportunity for him. But Gervonta Tank Davis, a guy who's already beaten Isaac Pitbull Cruz back in what, 2021? And that was an entirely different Pitbull Cruz who was literally 17-1. Had like 17 wins in a row and one draw coming off his first loss ever in his career. Going into that fight, had a record of like 24 wins and only one loss. Went in there, clipped Gervonta Tank Davis with a few good shots, but ultimately ended up getting outboxed. I didn't think we needed to see an automatic rematch with Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I thought he beat him decisively. I thought, anyways, he should be fighting different fighters than Isaac Pitbull Cruz anyways. But it is what it is. Deciding to come back after, following and also involved right now currently the court case with his ex-female, supposedly, going into the gentleman's nightclub where she worked as a bartender, grabbing her, dragging her through the hallway, down the stairs, beating on her, going on the run from the Miami police and the U.S. Marshals for 2 goddamn weeks and still posting on social media, not giving a how, posting bond the next goddamn day. Gervonta Tank Davis, who should have been giving Lamont Roach Jr. a goddamn rematch. Should have gave him one. Should have gave Lamont Roach Jr. the rematch. Decided to fight Jake Paul instead. Lamont Roach Jr. was arguing that we had a rematch clause. What the hell? You say you were going to give me the rematch, but then starts posting subliminal messages on Instagram of him saying that he got that side money. That side money go good. Can't forget about those posts. But then he ends up coming back and saying, well, Netflix never paid me no money. Because Gervonta Tank Davis, who had a rematch clause against Lamont Roach Jr., was able to wiggle his way out of it due to the fight being a draw. Gervonta Tank Davis ends up going and fighting Jake Paul. And that fight ends up getting canceled. What was going to be an absolutely huge, exciting fight, the fight ends up getting canceled. Gervonta Tank Davis gets involved in all that assault stuff that's going down. Jake Paul rips him. Netflix makes an official statement. Gervonta Tank Davis, before the Lamont Roach Jr. fight, was coming off a year layoff as well. It's been a year since this guy's fought against Lamont Roach Jr. And before that fight, a whole year too. Back when he knocked out Frank Martin. It's like super inactive. A fighter that I love watching. Don't get me wrong. When Gervonta Tank Davis is fighting in the sport of boxing, it's great stuff. We're going to see something exciting. Somebody's probably going to get knocked out. I love it, and I think it's great for the sport. But I think we're just done. We're done waiting for this guy to come and fight the best of the best. I understand he fought Rolando Romero, but I don't think Rolando Romero was in his prime right there. I think he's a lot stronger at 147. He fought Ryan Garcia too. Ryan Garcia, with the goddamn rehydration clause, was sucked up. Had a fucking mule on his camp. Gervonta knew that he was already hurt in the body going into that fight. Did you forget? I feel like Gervonta Tank Davis is up here, bro. And this dude just needs to come and fight good fighters, right? You know, Jerome Boots Ennis, he might start getting into that realm. I mean, he's already, you know, he has a lot of fights on his record. And he doesn't really have a lot of big names. I guess, you know, to this day, the best fighter that he's fought is Emiliano Stanionis. And then after that, maybe Karen or David Abyssinian, maybe. Gervonta Tank Davis, yes, he's fought Leo Santa Cruz, Mario Barrios, and all these guys. But right now in the sport of boxing, I see Keyshawn Davis, I see Shakur Stevenson at the 140 pounds. We can't argue that, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis does have names on his record. But I want to see something different, bro. I want to see something entirely different. Gervonta Tank Davis. This better just be a tune-up fight because you're a year off. We know for a fact you're going to be Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You did it the first time decisively. It's going to be even worse now. Isaac Cruz is coming off a draw with Lamont Rhodes Jr. And before that, had a tough fight with Angel Ferreira, who got dominated. Got dominated by Alfredo Santiago. And he got dominated, and Pitbull Cruz got dominated by Jose Venezuela. This isn't a fight that I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? I feel like Gervonta Tank Davis is going to go in there and beat him. And then what's going to happen? Is he staying in the junior welterweight division? Is he waiting to see what happens with Lamont Rhodes Jr. and William Cepeda at the, you know, they're competing for the WBC lightweight bout? Is he going to wait for that, come back and give Lamont Rhodes Jr. his rematch if he beats William Cepeda and becomes the WBC lightweight champion of the world? We're going to have to wait and see, man. He's going up against Isaac Pitbull Cruz, the WBC interim champion. These guys, bro, these guys is just, man. But at the end of the day, at least Gervonta Tank Davis is getting things rolling. At least he's coming back to the sport of boxing. And now we're going to see what type of mindset and what type of hungerness he has when you got guys like Shakur Stevenson in a division that you're going to fight with the WBO Ring Magazine. But I know you don't care about the goddamn titles and becoming great because you had opportunities to fight all these great fighters. But it never happened. So I'm still in doubt that, you know, we'll ever see that fight. I'm pretty sure he's going to go back to 135. And I'm pretty sure he's going to fight Lamont Rhodes Jr. after this. But we'll see, man. Or William Cepeda. Who knows? If William Cepeda beats Lamont Rhodes Jr. Let me know what you guys think, though. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel reporting to you. Gervonta Tank Davis is back.